What's going on, everybody? So we are 6 weeks, a little over 6 weeks now, post-show, and I have never had a rebound post-show this good in my life, in my bodybuilding career so far. I'm excited, I'm pumped, my body's responding better than ever. So it's exciting to think about what I can do next year. I'm pumped for that, and I hope you guys are following along and stay pumped with me. I'm really appreciating all the comments and everything like that. It keeps me even more motivated. So thank you guys that are following along. If you're not following, please do. Subscribe, like, comment, all this stuff. And anyways, today is a high carb day. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you through the high carb day, through my leg workout on this high carb day, and then I'll show you check-ins tomorrow morning after the high carb day to show you what I'm actually looking like, and hopefully I'm not too bloated from all the carbs, but I'm picking foods that digest pretty well for me, so I haven't had an issue with that unless I go way overboard and have like a bad cheat meal or something, which I've only done a couple times since, and it's always been on a special occasion, like when I'm traveling or something. So anyways, this might be my new favorite loaf. This obviously is a high carb version of it, but I'll show you exactly how I make this, because I'll make a lower carb version of it for tomorrow. But this is my carrot cake Broku loaf. All right, it is phenomenal. It's my favorite one yet. You know, I always make the Broku loaf and kind of mix up what I put in there, but this might be my favorite if you like carrot cake. All you're missing is the frosting. And I'm sure you could come up with some way of making a healthy frosting with either, like a vanilla whey protein, or with some like, it seems like everybody's making stuff with cottage cheese these days. I'm sure you could do something like that. But anyways, what we got here right here is I got 80 grams of oats, 70 grams of cream of rice. It's in the pantry, so I'm not gonna get it out right now, but 70 grams of cream of rice. So it's 150 grams total from the oats and cream of rice. And then 460 grams of egg whites, which is 2 cups of egg whites, 50 grams of protein. Sometimes I split it and just do half that egg whites and half of that from vanilla protein powder, which makes this taste phenomenal. But I know I'm gonna have protein powder for a couple meals today, so I didn't want to do more protein powder in this meal. So giving it a try with just the egg whites and no protein. But then we got 150 grams of carrots and 100 grams of banana. Blend all of that together up with some cinnamon and nutmeg. Pour it in the Tupperware container, microwave it. You get this beautiful loaf. Now on the lower days, what makes this even more phenomenal is obviously I'll have probably only like 80 grams of oats and that's it. No added cream of rice. But I'll add some fats once I blend everything, pour it in the Tupperware container, and then put some pecans on top. Whew. Whatever kind of nuts that you like and you think would go well, but I love pecans, and for like a carrot cake, it just goes perfectly. So anyways, that's it. That's breakfast. Meal number one. I'm gonna get this down. I gotta get to the gym. It's Saturday. I only train one client on Saturday mornings because he's special. But anyways, I gotta go in and train a client at 10. It's 9 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna get this meal down so I can go in and train him and then get on with my high carb day. I have another client that's actually gonna meet me at the gym while she gets her workout in, since we're gonna be there. The gym doesn't open that early on Saturdays, but I have a key. So I'll be there training my client. I'll let my other client in, and she's bringing me some homemade muffins. So I have not been doing any dirty stuff on my high carb days. Like, I've been keeping it pretty low fat. But today's gonna be a special one since she's making homemade muffins for me. So I'll show you those when I get back, because the last time she made them for me, they were phenomenal, but it's been a couple months and I'm excited. Maybe it's probably not gonna be the same one she made the first time, so we'll see what she made. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up and eat. I'm hungry. I already went for a walk this morning and everything. It's leg day, so I don't do any real cardio. I just make sure I get about 10 to 12,000 steps throughout the day and just get a lot of walking in, nothing intense because got to save it all for the legs. All right, I'm gonna eat. All right, back from the gym, back from training my clients, and my client brought me 2 big muffins. So I'm only gonna eat one of these, but so that I can try both of them, I'm gonna cut them in half. I'll eat half of each. Ashley will get the other halves. But the main part of the meal, we've got 200 grams of fish, just tilapia, nothing special there. And then 225 grams of rice. And it's just one of these packets because I was lazy. But these are the best like instant packets of rice I've found. There's only the entire packet has 2 grams of fat, 91 carbs, and 11 protein because it's cooked in bone broth. So pretty awesome there. And they taste good. Nice like sea salt flavor. So that's it. Very simple meal there, but then I get to try these delicious looking muffins. 1 chocolate chip, 1 blueberry. Obviously, I gotta get down the gross fish first because I want to end the meal on that. So I'm gonna wolf this down. It's not that bad. Then I'll get to the delicious treats and I'll give you a review on them. All right, fish and rice down. Time for the muffins. Let's give these a try. Cut these in half. That blueberry is so crumbly. All right. You can't go wrong with chocolate chip. It's always going to be good. So let's start with the blueberry. It looks pretty amazing though. Yeah, that's good. Nice and moist on the bottom. All these nice crumblies on top. Yeah, delicious. Chocolate chip. Look at that. There's no way I can measure the calories or macros on these, so I'm just kind of going with it. But they're not as dense as like a Wawa muffin, so I'm gonna guess these are probably somewhere around 500 calories. $500 each. So good, but gone so fast. Leg day fuel. All right, time for meal number 3. This is gonna be my pre-workout meal. So we got turkey tenderloin, which the entire tenderloin is a lot bigger than this. I air fry that, which I've got some going right now. And then I slice it thin and just give it a little crisp on the pan. And it's so good. It's like you could just eat it by itself. It's delicious. But I've got 4 slices of sourdough bread, so about 100 grams of carbs from that. It's about it weighs a lot less after you crisp it up in the pan. So it was already cooked and it was 200 grams. After crisping up in the pan, it's like 170 grams. But you know, it is what it is. I don't need a ton of protein right before the workout. Just need enough, and then I'll have a lot more protein post-workout. So I got the turkey tenderloin, the sourdough bread, and I'm gonna have about 200 grams of fruit out of this bowl. Got strawberries, kiwis, and pineapple. So that's the pre-workout meal. It is gonna be delicious. These sandwiches, literally, it's just, and I got a little bit of mustard on there, but sticking to clean food does not mean that you have to eat chicken and rice for every meal. And that's freaking delicious. And it's just sourdough bread, which digests super easy for me. Turkey tenderloin, and that tenderloin is like half a gram of fat for 4 ounces. So, which is like 22 protein. So 8 ounces, you're getting like 44 grams of protein and 1 gram of fat. Can't beat it. And it's so good. So I'm gonna get this meal down. It's my pre-workout. It'll digest pretty fast, so probably make my pre-workout drink in about 45 minutes, and then get ready to smash some legs.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I don't lie at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting. And I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, oh. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Workout is done. I am done. That was brutal. It is hot as can be in the garage. It's like training in a sauna. Hopefully in the next several weeks, month, whatever, you never know in Florida, it'll start cooling off a bit and it'll be a nice change for a week or two. It's about as much winter as we get here. But hopefully it'll start cooling off a little bit soon. But right now, it's brutal out there. Anyways, so in my water during that workout, I did have 75 grams of carbs, 10 grams of EAAs, 5 grams of creatine, 10 grams of glutamine, and for a little extra hydration, because it's so hot out there, one of these Jocko hydration sticks. So it's got like half a gram of sodium. It's got your potassium, your magnesium, pretty much everything, all your electrolytes and everything like that. So definitely helps in an environment like that when I mean, you see how drenched I am. It was a brutal workout though, but a crazy pump. And I actually did better than I thought I was gonna do, because I was starting to get a headache before the workout. And then I realized I hadn't had any caffeine all day, which probably means my body's too used to having caffeine all the time. if I start getting headaches whenever I don't have any. But I had my pre-workout and I got a little blood flowing out there. The headache went away. Now just everything else hurts because that was brutal. So basically I warmed up with 3 sets of 15, I believe. Yeah. On the leg extensions. Then I worked up to 1 top set to just about to failure on the hack squats, which 5 plates for 10 on the hacks, I think I've done it before, but I think that's the best I've ever done. So I'm happy with that considering I wasn't feeling 100% before the workout. And then 3 sets of 12 to 15 on leg press. And then I worked up to 1 top set on the pendulum squat where I was pretty much at failure at 9 reps. And then did a back off set for 20 reps. And that was brutal. And so when I moved to the pendulum, I keep my feet pretty much like this, like heels together, toes slightly out. And I go deep, deep, trying to stretch the quad as much as possible after getting such a crazy pump on the 12 to 15 rep leg presses and all the heavy stuff. So getting that crazy stretch on the quads. And then with the back off set, I went more of a sumo stance squat. So feet were farther apart. And that is gonna bring in a little more adductor, but also you're pressing on the outer quad in a different way. So I know people say feet together if you want that outer sweep, but I honestly feel it almost more with that wide stance like that. So I like to do a little bit of both because why not hit every part of the leg possible by hitting different stances, Now, if you're newer to the gym and just getting into it, I always suggest put your feet where you're the strongest, because wherever you can move the most amount of weight is where you're going to grow the most. But when you've gotten to a point where you don't really need to get much stronger, you just need to work on different areas and fill in the gaps, that's when you can start playing around with the stance and different things like that. Anyways, sometimes coming in from the garage where it's hot as can be and I'm beat up, I need to take a minute before I can eat. So why not ramble on to you guys while I'm catching my breath and getting ready to eat. So anyways, post-workout meal, 50 grams of vanilla whey protein, whey isolate, and 200 grams of frosted flakes. I'm just gonna use the whey isolate as my milk. So pour as much of it in there as I need, and then I'll just chug the rest of it. And boom. Such a delicious post-workout meal. You can never go wrong with frosted flakes. Always been one of my favorites since I was a kid. I'm gonna get this down, get out of this disgusting shirt, chill for a minute, and then I got a bunch of IKEA shelves I gotta put together that Ashley ordered. And then take Broly for a walk. And then I got 2 more meals. So projects, steps, more food. See you guys at the next meal. All right, next meal, I decided to go extremely simple because honestly, that workout was so intense, and then going on the walk and everything like that, I just don't feel like stomaching a solid, like, you know, meat and rice. Well, that was the plan. I was just going to do like turkey and rice, but sometimes you go so intense with a workout that stomaching food like that just does not sound great. So I'm still getting all the macros I need in there. It's just going to be a little more simple. So I've got 40 grams of protein from Greek yogurt, which is like 440 grams of Greek yogurt, and 100 grams of blueberries mixed in there, frozen organic blueberries. So that'll be a delicious meal that'll sit pretty easy on the stomach. And then I'm just gonna eat a sleeve of these rice cakes. So like 7 rice cakes. And that's, you know, like 10 carbs each. So 70 carbs from there, you know, probably another 30 in this bowl. So about 100 grams of carbs, 40 grams of protein, solid meal. And then one more meal after this. And we did get another shelf or cabinet put together. Got 2 more to go, the big ones. So I'll give you a little preview of what we're working on here. So that's a double and then a single. And then these two will actually go from floor to ceiling, and then we'll do some crown molding around it and everything. So I think it'll look really good when it's done, but always a pain to do it. Anyways, I'm gonna get this meal down. We're gonna try and put together at least one more of these. Hopefully get both of them done before the end of the night so we can just be done with it. But then I got one more meal. So I'm gonna eat this, chill for a minute, work on those, then I'll show you my final meal. And then we get to check-ins in the morning. So hopefully I'm not overdoing it and I don't look like trash, because I've been feeling really good about how I've been looking lately. All right, final meal of the night, because I am exhausted, and putting those cabinets together was just a pain in the butt. We still got one more to do, but it's almost done. And we just stopped because Ashley's lower back and my back after that leg day was starting to get tight, and we don't want to push Ashley too hard. She's starting to feel better and stuff like that, so we don't want to re-injure the back by pushing her too much. Anyways, so I just went with an icon meal. I'm not gonna lie, like, I've mostly saved these for times like now when I'm like just exhausted and don't feel like cooking, or to have a cheat meal without actually going out and having a cheat meal. It's something healthier. But what I've been doing is a second loaf for dinner, because it's just a nice way to end the night. So I would have normally done a loaf, but we're going with one of these icon meals. And this is like one of my favorite ones. So we got the ground bison with cheesy ravioli. It's like 55 protein, 55 carbs. It is higher in fat, but if you notice throughout the day, I haven't really had any fats all day. So I can actually afford the fats in this meal because all day has been very low fat. So this is a treat. And it's better than going and getting pizza or like real actual ravioli and stuff like that. So it's delicious. The bison, the ravioli. Yeah. So I'm gonna get this last meal down and pass out. If I'm still hungry after this, I've got a creamy in the freezer. I might just make it creamy. Oh, I am gonna have a banana with this actually, because I do need a little bit more carbs. So that'll add about 35 grams of carbs to this meal. So that's it for today. I will see you guys in the morning and show you hopefully how good I look. We'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna get up in the morning, take Broly for a walk, do check-ins, and you'll see what I look like at a little over 6 weeks post-show into the reverse and rebound stage. I'm gonna keep pushing myself pretty hard up until the Olympia, and then move into a health phase, let my body just kind of relax and rest and recover and get blood work done and everything like that for the rest of the year pretty much. And then see where our blood work is, make sure everything's healthy, and then we'll start pushing hard again in 2026 and hopefully have the best season of bodybuilding I've ever had. That's the goal. No matter what my placings are, if I can bring my absolute best physique to the stage, that's the goal. Because we are definitely doing open bodybuilding from now on. And I know I'm never going to be the biggest guy on stage, but if I can be around 230 on stage and keep my shape and my detail and lines and come in absolutely in great conditioning, I think I really can be right there. I don't think I need to be one of the biggest guys. So anyways, I'm rambling again. I'm going to shut up and eat. watch the new episode of Peacemaker, and pass out. See you in the morning. Good morning. All right. It's the morning after that high carb day, and I'm just gonna make my loaf mix before taking Broly for a walk and then taking check-in pictures. I'm feeling good though, so excited to see what the pictures look like. I woke up at 2:40 this morning, pretty much on the dot, like just under 239 point something, but pretty much 2:40, and I slept in. So if I'd have gotten up at my normal time, it would have been definitely at least 240 or over, but somehow I slept in. I guess my body, sometimes you just got to listen to your body. Your body needs that extra rest, and I definitely needed it after yesterday, after this whole week in general. So I'm making my carrot cake loaf. All right, so 230 grams of egg whites. We'll do, today's a lower carb day, so only gonna get 80 grams of oats, which is like 1 cup for anyone that measures it that way, which is not the best way to measure it, just so you know, because the hungrier you are, the more you're gonna fill up that cup or half a cup measuring. So the best way to measure anything and everything on prep is weighing it. That way you stay accurate. Your appetite doesn't dictate how much you stuff that measuring cup full of rice or oats or whatever. I used to do that. Then we got 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder, about 25 grams of whey isolate there. And then I get 100 grams of banana. Broly will get whatever's left. Oh, he must have heard his name. Comes running in. Let's see. Boom. Broly. Come here. Up. All right. And then carrots. Baby carrots. I love baby carrots. I would just eat this whole bag. I'm that weird kid that, like, this was my movie snack as a kid. I loved a bag of baby carrots. I don't know. I was never a candy person, really. Like, baby carrots, I would just sit there and eat the whole bag. I think part of it was, too, because my parents told me that they help with your vision. And I thought if I ate enough carrots as a kid, I would gain night vision. That's how my brain worked. I don't know. Clearly that never happened. But in my head, as when I was a little kid, I thought I'd gain superpowers and get like night vision if I ate enough baby carrots, or carrots in general. So 150 grams of carrots. And that's it for that mix. All right, well, the spices, we get a little bit of cinnamon. And there it is. A little bit of nutmeg. Don't really measure those, obviously. And then I'm just gonna add a splash of water so that the oats have a little more moisture to soak up. Not much, just literally a splash. And then that gets blended. After it's blended, typically I've said this before, but typically I do this the night before, and this whole thing would be blended and be sitting in the fridge overnight, thickening up into a nicer batter. But I was exhausted last night, and honestly, I just wanted to go to bed, so I didn't do it. So this gets blended. After it's blended and we pour it in the container, we'll top it with the pecans. But for now, you want to blend it pretty well too. So I'm going to run this for, a good at least 30 seconds of letting it blend. And then, like I said, I'm going to take him for a walk. That'll give it a little bit of time to set. I'll cook it after I do my check-in pictures and everything. And I'll show you adding the toppings, the pecans, and how it comes out at the end. It literally, to me at least, that somebody that sticks to a very strict diet for the most part, it tastes like carrot cake almost, minus the frosting, which, like I said in the beginning of the video, you can probably figure out a way to make some type of healthy frosting, but either way, it's delicious. A little sugar-free syrup on top, and it's phenomenal. Whew, all right, check-in's taken, and it is so brutally hot in that garage. Feels like I just ran a mile. But anyways, I'm starving, so I'm gonna get this cooking, and then I'm gonna look at the check-in pictures. So I haven't even looked at them yet, but hopefully they're decent. Like I said, I woke up at 2:40 this morning. That's the heaviest I've been yet since the show. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean I'm just holding a ton of water or bloated from the high carb day. But I don't think I went that high. Like, that wasn't a crazy high carb day refeed or anything. So, and I have such an intense leg workout. The hardest thing taking those check-in pictures, honestly, was flexing my legs because they're so sore right now. But we got them done. So that's the mix. Now I'm just gonna sprinkle in some pecans, and one serving of this is 28 grams of pecans, and that's actually, pecans are freaking high in fat. So I do stick to just the 28 grams, even though I love pecans and I would love to go more. It does still with just the 1 ounce or 28 grams, it still adds that little extra that's just so freaking good. So I'm gonna throw this in the microwave for about 10 minutes, and then I'll flip it out onto a plate, cook it for another like 5, and then it'll be done. I'll show you the finished product and my check-ins after I get this cooking and get a chance to look at them. But I feel pretty good about them, I think. Besides it was just hard to pose because I was so sore. I think they're gonna be good, hopefully. As I'm growing, you know, like I said, 240 this morning, heaviest I've been since the show. But you know, I've been way heavier than this in the past, but never with this kind of conditioning still holding on. So I think if we can hold the conditioning about where it's at and just start making very, very slow gains, not try and push it too hard. I'm not trying to get up to, if my body goes up really heavy, that's great, you know, as long as I'm not just adding fat, but I'm not gonna force it to get super heavy just to be heavy. I wanna make slow, good progress, and that way I don't have to do a 20-week diet and hope I come in shape. I'll already be like, I wanna hold like an 8 to 10 week out conditioning look, and then make very slow progress. That way I know the progress I've made. It's not, okay, I know I'm heavier, but I don't know what's underneath all this. You know, hopefully I made gains and progress. I can visually see better the progress that's being made by staying in better shape. So, all right, I'm gonna shut up, look at the check-ins, let this cook, and then I'll show you the finished product and the check-in pictures and video. And then more projects for the day. It's a rest day though, so that's nice. All right, finally, I am freaking starving. So there's the finished product. Delicious looking loaf. Those pecans are just the cherry on top, or the, I don't know, I guess saying the nut on top sounds pretty weird. But anyways, check-ins were good. I wasn't mad about them at all. I think, you know, I probably could have controlled my stomach a little bit more, but it was post high carb day. So it is what it is. And like I said, the main thing was I was so sore, it was hard to flex. But overall, you know, conditioning is still decent. Weight is heaviest it's been. And we haven't even really begun the real off season yet. This is just the rebound. Then we go into a health phase, you know, make sure my blood work's good, make sure everything's healthy and good to go before we really start pushing for next year. So I'm excited because I think this is going to be my best year yet, and I'm pumped. So quick little taste test for you, even though I already know it's phenomenal. A little bit of sugar-free syrup. That is a beautiful, beautiful little bite. It's like having cake for breakfast, y'all. Except there's like over 50 grams of protein in this. So good. But hope you guys enjoyed. Signing off for this video. And I don't know if I said this in the previous video yet, but I did finally decide to go out to the Olympia this year. So I got my plane tickets, my travel arrangements, Airbnb, all that ready to go. So whoever's gonna be out at the Olympia, I hope to see as many of you as possible. If you see me walking around, I'm not working any booths or anything, but I'm just gonna be there as a fan like you guys. So if you see me walking around, definitely say hey, say what's up. You know, I love to meet all of you whenever we're out and about in the same places. So anyways, hope to see all of you there, or as many as you as possible. I know it's hard to travel for some people, but I'm gonna shut up before I start rambling again, and I'm gonna eat.